needs to be simplified so that you can have ease in running your business, that it can generate income and attract the correct clients, and that you feel you actually love the business you have and it has room for you in it, space for self-care, for things you want to do, so you don't feel like you're working all the time. So today we're going to talk about simplicity of your business structure. So tell me where you're coming from. Would love to know. Write in or send me an emoji if you're over here so I can see. And if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay, so that I can track how many of you are here and help you if you have any questions. All right. So now let's look as to why the complicated business is an issue. Some of you might realize that, but some might not. I've actually ran into a lot of women entrepreneurs who sort of complicate things and think that that's the way to go. Like the more moving parts there is to your business, like 20 offers and many different funnels and 200 different free gifts and all that stuff, the better. When actually that is not the case. So I work with the energetics of how energy flows through whatever it is you're doing. So in this case, we're talking about business. So how energy flows through your business. And I can tell you for sure that if you have a business structure that is very complicated, it is long-term not going to work. So this is one of the things I see all the time, that people get to the sort of a coveted six-figure mark, 100,000, 120,000, doing whatever it is that they have to, hustling and pushing and making it happen and complicating really a lot in their business structure, because they're trying a lot of things, they learning, they're gonna kind of see what works, right? And you might be at that stage. Now, at that stage, there is certain level of complexity simply because you just don't know yet what works. But as you're learning what works, you're learning to shed those things. So what I have noticed is that by the time somebody wants to scale further, like they have gotten to that place where, okay, I got myself a foundation, I know what I'm doing, I'm an expert, and this is great, it's working for me. So the people that I work with are usually successful business owners already, and they innovators in their field, like they're learning to do something new more for the sake of enhancing what they're already doing. Now, when you're at that level, complexity will actually kind of kill you. It will sabotage the business. So that's why a lot of times when we try to go beyond that sort of a traditional foundational mark of 100,000 a year, it has to be simplified. And if it's not, we actually end up burning out. We end up being exhausted. We end up feeling so tired and frazzled in our business. So let's look at the three main reasons as to why complicated business, pretty much at any stage, even if you're beginning, and definitely if you're already a seasoned business owner and a coach or a healer or a professional in a holistic health field, and you have a complex structure, why that's not a good thing for you. First of all is because it makes you really frazzled and stressed. When we have too many moving parts, and women of integrity, we tend to pay attention to all the moving parts. And as we do, we spread our energy way too thin. We try too many things that we try to give 100% to every single thing we're doing. And that's not possible even with 5 things, but if you're doing 20 things, that's a problem. So that's a component of like, how many offers do you have on a stove cooking? How many launches are you doing pretty much one after another, or how many free gifts you're constantly circulating and so on. Or marketing strategy as well, which is part of our business too. Like, what are you doing? If you're trying to do 200 different things in hopes to see like what would work, that is extremely stressful. So that's part of why complicated business strategy is not a good idea. Another reason is that there is no way to track what is working and what is not. When you have too many moving parts, you can't track it all. And if you try to track it all, we're back to the first thing of you try to give 100% to everything, you're going to end up feeling exhausted. So That's another reason why complicated business strategy is just so much a headache. And we kind of need to track what we're doing. We need to see how we respond. And because we're conscious women, we don't just want to track the analytics. That might be important, obviously, for the sake of like knowing your numbers. But we want to track ourselves, right? We want to track, how am I feeling about this? So, okay, I did this project or this offer or this free gift that I created. I sent this out, or I launched this product, or I did this challenge. How am I doing with this? Like, not just from the standpoint of go, 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 do, but what does it actually mean for me? Am I loving this? Am I enjoying this? Do I feel my innovator energy coming up and I'm so excited about it? Like the creative juice is flowing? Or am I kind of depressed, miserable, and feeling tired, even though maybe analytics wise it worked and you got many clicks or purchases even from, let's say, a little intro product or something like that. So there is a lot of components that we want to track. And this is actually important in your business in general, that you want to track your experience of the action so that you can learn from it, and also tune in as to, this is something to continue or this is something to end. Not just track the analytics. And when we have too many different moving parts, it's really hard to track anything, because we end up not able to actually deeply tune in to whatever's going on. It feels like so many things are happening that the only thing you're feeling is, I'm tired or I'm stressed. So that's another really big reason as to why complicated business, for a conscious woman who's trying to be herself in her business and feel authentic and open and in flow and creative, why it's a no-no to have a complex business system and structure. Okay, so the third reason is probably pretty obvious one, is there is no room for you in your business if that is the case. There is no room for self-care. There is no room for spaciousness. And space is one of the most important components of innovation and creativity. So people that I generally work with, the women entrepreneurs who are coaches and healers and holistic health professionals, they all have this one thing in common. They are innovating something in the industry that they're in. They are creating something new. We're bringing a new frequency into the area where we positioned our business. So if there is no space for us within our business because we're too busy making sure that the business is running and all the clients are taken care of and all the schedule is managed and all of that, then there is no room for this innovative, creative force to actually show up. That energy does not happen when you're tired, when you're frazzled, when you're overwhelmed. It only shows up when you're in alignment with the universal energy, you're in alignment with yourself, you have room, you created space where maybe for an hour or two or an evening, you didn't do anything. You were in a magnetic space of non-action and being instead of doing. And then ideas come and innovations come, and then you want to plan and create and all this wonderful stuff happens. So if the business strategy or the overall systems of how you run your business is too complex, then there is no room for that to happen, for that space to then generate the innovative force. So these are the three main reasons that I can think of from the top of my head. There's many more, but this is why, hopefully by now you understand why complexity in your business structure is not a good idea. So for the ones of you who are catching me for the first time, I'm Eugenia Oganova. I am a wealth, energetics, business, and marketing coach for coaches, healers, holistic health professionals, and conscious women in business, pretty much. What I do is I help align the energetics of your business so that your business and you have each other fitting together like a perfectly tailored outfit for you. And that way you feel like you are loving your business, you have space in your business, it's profitable, it's attracting correct clients for you because you're joyfully spacious within what you're doing because it's matching your soul design. So that's what I do. Now, back to what I was talking about for this specific class, which is the energy of your business and the complexity or simplicity of your business structure. So far we looked at the complexity and why that is not a good idea. So now let's look at the solutions. One of the main solutions that I think is the simplest actually to do is to align your business to your natural needs. So that means you need to sort of figure out, what are my needs? Like, make a list. That would be a great assignment for you. Literally make a list of what are your needs that maybe you don't tell somebody else, but you know that you kind of need this. Like, maybe you need 20 minutes before something happens when somebody else can just walk in the room and have it done. Maybe you need to have breaks that are happening more often when you're writing content, let's say. Maybe you need to spend a whole day just writing or just videoing something for your audience. Maybe you need to figure out how you need to rearrange your schedule to match something in your needs, like whatever your system actually requires. And we're not talking about fear-based stuff. We're not talking about avoiding, like, oh, I don't like it, so that's like, I need not to have it. No, you still need to do the business. We know that, right? We don't always get to do exactly every single thing we like. You know, business is work. But you can have that work as in joyful, exciting, and aligned, or you can have it as stressful and complicated. So first thing to solve the complexity of your business is to make a list of your needs, and then figure out what in my business can be simply adjusted in order to create more space for these needs to be accommodated. So what I do with my clients is going much further than that. We look at the soul quantum design of each person and what are your specific parameters as to how you came into this lifetime, what you're meant to do, and then how that goes with what your environment needs to look like your business is part of your environment, right? So what does that need to be in order to support you so that you can support it? So alignment with the soul quantum design, that's sort of a whole next level of what I do in a more custom interaction with my clients. But for you right now, the simplest thing you can do is just make a list of your needs and then look at what's not being met in your business. And that right there will show you, what are you doing that you probably don't need to be doing? Where are you complicating something in your business that you probably don't need to be complicated? Where are you doing something out of an incorrect internal drive, like let's say out of obligation or out of fear or out of some sort of a compensating for not enoughness of some sort, and so on. So that's one thing. Second thing that you can do to help yourself simplify your business strategy is less is more. What that means is that simplify what you have into what would be the most effective pathway to where you actually want to be with your energy. One of the things I found when I work with women entrepreneurs is that if they have many offers going on and many things they're doing, and then we start tuning into, okay, what do you love, what you don't love? What are you enjoying, what feels stressful? There's certain things that they actually loving to do, and there are other things that they kind of reason themselves into, like mentally, well, this is, I don't want to leave money on the table, or I don't want to, not serve this particular group of clients that I have, or, well, I'm accommodating some clients from the past or from some other area or whatever. All those things, they are drains on your energy field. So drain on the energy field translates into feeling tired, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you can't think straight, or you can't think at all, like the brain just freezes. That is a side effect of your energy being drained, energy leaks. So our job as conscious people is to find those leaks and plug them in. So that way we're not leaking energy out. We have all our energy available for ourselves, so then we can serve our audience with that energy. Okay, so it's a component of self-responsibility actually to clean up your energy leaks. So less is more is a strategy of what is it that I love doing, and then what is the simplest path to get somebody who's in my audience to work with me in that capacity. Where do I want to put my actual energy? And then everything in that pathway, make it as simple as possible. Maybe it's just this to like one video and then conversation with you and then you program, instead of 20 other offshoots in there. So whatever that is, obviously, if you want more custom support, that's, talk to me and I would love to help you what that would look like for your business. But that's where you want to start thinking on your own about is, what is the thing that I love doing? What are the other things I'm doing that I don't love doing? And what would be the simplest path for me to introduce my audience to this one thing that I love doing, so that all the other pieces can be outsourced or fall away or automated. And the third thing that you can do right now is how you're delivering your services. So this is the third component of simplifying your business structure, essentially. When you deliver your service, there are many parts to it. Like how many phone calls and what do you do on those phone calls, and do you have support beyond that? Do you have emergency calls? Do you have a Facebook group? Do you have voice interaction like voicemail or Voxer or whatever else? There's so many moving parts, and it's your job to know where is that clear boundary, as in what would be the most effective for them. One thing I notice is that a lot of times women entrepreneurs overcomplicate their offers simply because they're compensating for insecurities. We all amazing people in what we do. Like everybody I've worked with, they overgive, they over deliver, they do this incredible thing because they're expert in their field and they care so deeply. So it's not actually a question about do you provide enough or not. For most of you, of course you do. But when we ourselves subconsciously feel like, but maybe that's not enough. Oh, but maybe they will not will not get something, so they need more. Ask yourself, do they? What are you actually training your clients to want from you? And perhaps that is more than is actually needed. There are some things where sometimes, you need to give a little more, but there are plenty of situations where we set that up as a actual structure, it's too much. And I find that so many women don't realize that they are overdoing, overgiving, over-delivering. They're thinking that this is normal. But a lot of it is actually training your audience or your clients to behave in a way that is less self-sufficient. Like it's making them dependent on you. And in higher integrity, that's not what we want to ever train anybody, even your children, right? We don't want to train our kids to be dependent on us as they grow up because they will never leave. So we want to actually train whoever we interact with to be powerful, to be resourceful, right? So sort of like empower your clients with simplicity instead of over giving to your clients because of some insecurity on your own end. So those are the three sort of main things that you can do in order to help yourself simplify your business structure. So if you're recognizing yourself in some of the things I was naming in here, then we definitely need to talk. And I would love to help you figure out simplicity for your own business structure and what you can do going forward that your business actually aligns to your soul quantum design. So that whatever it is that you're doing is matching who you are inside your business and inside your life, inside this incarnation, So whatever you're meant to do within this lifetime, we each have a specific contract. And whatever this contract is, there are lessons, but there's also needs. And when your business is matching that, that's the happy place of you feeling like you have this incredible capacity to create, to innovate, to serve your audience for the highest possible frequency. So if this is what you're craving, then definitely put simple, the word simple, in the comments under this video, and then I will contact you and we'll connect so we can set up a conversation and we can see how I can help you get your business to that place. Okay? So I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you understand now what it is that you need to do for the simplicity of your business. So to summarize, we looked at three main things that you can do right now, right? One of them was align your business to your natural needs. Okay? Second one was less is more. And the third one is simplify your delivery of your service so that you are training your clients to be powerful instead of dependent on you. And if you would like to have support in a more customized way to this process and further aligning you with your unique design, then put the word simple in the comments and I will contact you. All right. I wish you all the best. My love to you. Have a great day.